first segment is fight.
But you know why it's so hard for people to do what he just said? Because people people only look at themselves and view themselves as physical matter. They don't understand that they're pure energy. They don't understand that when you hate, when all these things takes energy and it draws energy from you. When you know what I'm saying? So it takes nothing to love. That's the easiest thing to do. Maybe harder to do is to unconditionally love. You know what I'm saying? Look past the mistakes of people and see and just love them for who they are and understand that they're on their own journey and you on your own journey. But these things are the most important things, and I think that's the hardest thing for people to understand because they look at themselves as such physical being. You live, you eat, you fuck, and you die, and I don't think people understand that we are energy, pure energy, and every second of the day you're emitting energy out your body. But what kind of vibration are you emitting out your body? Is it the positive vibration that's helping the world heal, or is it a negative vibration that's helping the world? You know what I mean? Are you living in basically this whole thing? Are you living in that low frequency vibration of fucking stagnation, not being fearful, running from problems? No, this is negative vibration that you're emitting.
Man, what does it mean to fight in life?
Fight in life is just not giving up, not stopping. And even when things, it's all one and the same. You know, whether it's mental fight, physical fight, or spiritual fight, it's all one and the same. You know what I'm saying? It just appears on different realities, but just not giving up. When the spirit get down, like he said earlier, Billy Carson, shrugging shit off. That's a spiritual fight. Mental fight. When you can't figure it out, fuck it, keep going. Physical, bully come on you. Knock him out. Not all the time, maybe talk him out. But this is how you do it. Don't give up and become down and depressed and sad. That's low frequency vibrations. High, maybe drink more fucking coffee, you know what I mean? I don't just be happy when you woke up. You know what I mean? And yo bro, and the other thing too, I think too, the problem with people is what they base success in.
It's the final product.
I don't think so.
I do.
If
they don't got what they had vision in their
can I
head,
ask you a question?
in the timeline,
I heard.
listen to them.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. I want to ask you a question because you said something. What you mean by the final product?
Not final product. That means that's gonna be the end all, but the vision that they have in their head. Say you want to be a
I agree with you. Say no more.
You know what I mean?
I fucking agree with you.
So if they don't get it in the timeline they wanted to get it, and they get depressed.
That's the thing. I base success. I used to look at it like that.
Me too.
But I don't look at it like that no more. I look at success as the minute that you said, because you don't understand, because now I understand how hard it is, and you're gonna agree with me. I know you will, to do what the fuck we're doing. So now I understand how hard it is when there's so many people either lazy, so many people with no ambition, so many people living in fear. Now I understand how hard it is. Once we started to do the podcast, and we got past episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, we were successful already. Now I understand, once we started once I kept making music throughout my whole life, and then I started making music with you when we was in the trap, and we kept making music after the trap, and kept making music. It's almost going on a decade since me and you been making music together. You know what I'm saying? Almost in 10 years. I've been making music before you, without you. But it's almost 10 years since the trap, me and you been making music. From the first song to the second to the third to the fourth song, we were successful. I think the reason why people give up, people live in all of these fucking states, because they base success based on what people told them, the financial result at the end of it, and that's not success. Success is what we're doing here. My man hit me, I want to do a podcast, I said I'm with it, he set it up, we started doing it, boom, 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 we're successful. Now, financial gains come later, you know what I'm saying? If that's what we want from it. You know what I'm saying? That will come if that's what we want from it. But we already became successful at what we're doing. You know what I mean? Why? I don't give a fuck. So, because that's like saying the subscribers that we got here listening is none and void. They don't matter. So I get 20 million subscribers. None of them motherfuckers matter. That's fucking ridiculous and redundant. So every fucking person who came out and watched you play and rooted for you, none of that shit mattered.
Till you get to the NBA.
Till you get to the NBA. It's like what you said, and I can't quote you verbatim, but what you said. it's the struggle to the point. Not when you get to the point.
Yep.
The success is in doing, not after it's done.
You know why the success is in doing? It's because you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
The majority of the world won't
do it. You're doing it.
Successful.
Yeah, go ahead though.
But what does it mean to fight in life? What does it mean to fight in life is this, and that's what I've learned recently. It's to expect the falls and the failures, but not only expect the falls and failures, know how to fall and fail. That goes to debts in the family. That goes to your goal not coming fast enough. That goes to your girl or your man cheating. That goes to okay, this is life. How do I react to it? Nobody said not to react emotionally at first because you're a human. Give yourself a little time, not a lot, a little, very little time. And realize, okay, what I'm supposed to learn from this, let's go. Let's go. What I'm supposed to learn from this, go. That's why it's important for you to have a fucking steely-eyed focus on a goal. You have to have different goals, right? You have a life goal. You have a goal for you and how your ideal relationship with you and your girl. You have a goal how you want to raise your kids. You have a goal. So you have to have steely-eyed focus for all these goals. And the way you be a master of everything, not just of a jack of all trades, is that you only can do one thing at one time. When you focus on your kids, you focus on your fucking kids. When you start focusing on your kids and you focus on everything else, you become a bad fucking parent. So just focus and use your mind on one thing. And it's important to fight in life. It's because that's what the fuck life is. And if you don't fight in life, you're going to get fucked up. Because life don't care that you ain't swinging back. Life doesn't care that you're not swinging back. Life is either going to be a giver or a bully. If you're not swinging back, life is going to be, oh, this nigga's not fighting back. I'm good. He can be sitting. Like, so it's like, you better start swinging back. So life have respect for you. So when you see you, it's equivalent to you getting bullied. So you start seeing you in the corner, man, I ain't gonna fuck with that nigga today. Like,
you see
he's
why?
ready.
That's what happens.
You gotta fight. Because life don't care. It's gonna fight you anyway.
This is what happens when you put stock in something greater than yourself and you don't understand that you're in a car driving, right? But you may have thought that the car was going to drive itself, right? Life is the car if you ain't going to get it, so I'll just speak it to you.
So if you don't get it, if you don't start the engine
If you don't start driving that car, the car will go
nowhere.
from one side to the next side to the next side and bump all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't got to go,
you have to control that
vehicle. You lose gas.
Life is the vehicle. You got to remember now, it's a game we're in. They tricked you into believing that this is some other shit.
Organic thing.
It's organic.
It's organic, but it's definitely rules you gotta abide by.
It's organic, but it's ruls that you have to abide by. Understanding that you're not a physical being, and the thing that you're living in is all energy, and you can manipulate the energy by being conscious and taking control of the fucking wheel. The reason why things ain't going good for you because you ain't in control of the car. You thought, because you left it up to God, and you thought He's in control of the car. No. Because even if you want to leave it up to the principle of believing in God.
You take one step towards Him, you take two towards you.
Right.
And it says it in all the shit y'all believe in.
No, that's one.
You gotta make the action, bro.
That's one Bible. The other one said God don't help those who don't help themselves.
Another one. Like I said, anyone you been.
So you gotta
they tell you right there, bro.
That in order for you to gain the help that you want and the things you want to do, you can get it from your higher self if you initiate and take the movement towards it.
Ain't no magical being. You're gonna just
asking for
point A to point B.
Start commanding it. Don't say please help. No, command it into existence and it will be. Rub the magic lamp. Believe. You see, they told you that shit is fictional. That shit is real, and what you believe in is fictional. They twisted the story.
How about this? Things y'all think is fake is more real than your car, your house.
Yes.
Things y'all touch and see. How about that?
Yes.
Crazy, right? How is it? Because that's the things that I don't see and the things that I don't really believe in. Is what really wants the world.
Exactly. Understanding that.
Will I have you depressed? Will I have you in a situation you're in? Will I have you rich? Will I have you poor? Will I have you a good parent? Will I have you a good husband? Will I have you a good wife? That's literally what runs the world. And y'all think that shit's fake. But y'all think going to clubs and fucking is real.
All energy and vibration and frequency. Understand the only reason you see me because I'm vibrating so fast, but yet so slow, is appearing that it's solid, but it's not solid. That's why I said, do it matter? It don't matter because it's matter, if you understand. It's all metaphysics, but you're lost in the world thinking it's all physics.
So, why do most people don't fight? And was you ever a person that didn't fight? And I'm going to answer this first. Why most people don't fight? Because most people is cowards. That mean you're in the streets or fight. Most people are just cowards. They scared. And it sounds crazy, but I always heard it's going up, and I understand what it was because I was one of these people. You scared of success. How can somebody be scared of that? How the fuck I'm scared of success? Well, I don't want I don't want fast cars. I don't want this. Listen,
scared of failure.
You're not only scared of failing and what it might do to you subconsciously. You're not only scared of failing what it might do to you and your psyche. You're also scared of, with greater power comes great responsibility, and heavy is the head that wears the fucking crown. You know, subconsciously, whether you're conscious or not of it, that if I become this big boss or whatever, I'm just going grandiose on this one. If I become those, even fucking going to be an electrician, you know, damn, I'm going to fucking school, I'm going to study. You know that this shit is not easy, and it's gonna come with some work. And the higher you get, the more and more you get, that you're gonna be more and more responsible for more and more things. And you know I'm not ready for it, or I don't want it. What y'all want is that, going back to what we just said, what y'all want is the finished product. That's what everybody wants, without the work. I'm just an actress, I'm just a famous actor, or whatever, you know, without getting turned down on 50, 60, 100 auditions before. You don't want that part. You don't want the part of people saying you whack, you're not going to be nothing. You don't want that part. You just want to go from point A to point Z. And yeah, oh man, I just did a movie with Denzel. It doesn't work like that.
Because they don't love the art of it. Because if they love the art of what they're doing...
You should love the process.
Yeah, they love the process. They wouldn't even care whether because they became a big fucking actress or not.
Do you know what's one of my favorite
That'll be
poets?
the intent goal. My intent goal is to win the championship, but if I don't, the process of me getting to the championship is just as beautiful.
Yep.
The problem is when people get caught up, most people don't want the end result because most people just want fucking fame and money. It's not the art they were looking for. They were looking for fame and fortune. And they got caught up whether they love movies or they listen to music. And then they were like, oh, I want to be an actor, or I want to be a rapper. But it's not the art they love. So they didn't go back and listen to Melly Mel.
It's true. It's not, but it's true.
Sugar Hill Gang. They listen to none of them records. They don't know what makes good music.
The reason people don't fight is because the fear of failure and the fear of success and the fear of the responsibility that comes with it. The reason people don't fight when it comes in terms of mental health is because they are comfortable with being the way they are, and it's the fear of making them work, fighting with yourself, talking to yourself, having the discipline to do certain things. People don't fight when it comes to physical because they're scared of getting their ass whooped. That's why everybody's shooting now these days because they don't want to square up because they're dead. There's a chance I will lose this. If I put a gun to this motherfucker head and blow his head off, game over. I won, guaranteed. This is the reason people don't fight. Because in that for so much work, I don't give a fuck how much bodies you got, I don't give a how many girls you got, or whatever the case may be, you're a coward. In the traditional sense, not in every sense of the word, but in the traditional sense of the word, you're a coward. Because you won't fight for the things that really fucking matter.
No, because at the end of the day, if we quit to kill our own,
and
then we should be
quick
quick to defend our own.
And what? Yeah, facts. Facts.
If we're going quick to kill our own, we should be quick to defend our own. And we're quicker to kill our own. I understand that's a systematic problem that they're done to us. But
was I ever a person that didn't fight? Physically, no. I always fought. As you messed with me and all that shit. But was I a person that didn't fight in life? Mentally and shit? Yup. I was a person that lived in that comfort zone of being, and not enjoying, but feeling, it feels familiar being depressed. It feels familiar being anxious. It feels familiar saying, fuck it, oh well. Oh, it's not my situation. Oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. They didn't do this, didn't do that. Yeah, so I was the person that didn't fight. And what drives me, what set me free is realizing that I'm in control. And what drives me every day, and I have this vision in my head. I'm sharing crazy shit with y'all. I have this vision in my head that I look at all my past selves and I talk to my past selves. And the ones down the line, even though I appreciate them because that they made me who I am now, I don't never want to think. It frightens the shit out of me, or going back to that, Wesley, going back to that person that thought that way, felt that way, moved that way, procrastinated, did this, did that. I am terrified of going back to that guy. That's what gets me up every fucking day. Because I know, guess what? That's a version of me. And if you don't do the things every day to keep working on yourself, mentally, I'm talking about everything, mentally, physically, and spiritually, the whole Trinity, you will gradually go back into your old habits. Do you know how I know that to be a truth? Because I've been on this for about, this very strong mind for about a good year and a half. You know what I mean? Going on 2 years. But I've been at other Wesley for most of my fucking life. So it's way easier to go back and tell the motherfucker habits. So I gotta be on myself every day. If one day I didn't do enough, I see you fucked up. Tomorrow you gotta go OD. You gotta be this, because it's gonna be easy. That means I've been that other way for like what, 34, 33, 32 years? Like how I'm like, know I was in that space for it. So, and I've been doing this for a long, so you could easily go back to that muscle memory. So you gotta stay on yourself. That's what I was a person at one point. Yes, that didn't fight. But to answer that question, what is it? Why do most people don't fight? And you just answer that question. Was you a person that ever didn't fight?
No. I was saying here while you was talking, trying to figure that out.
Mentally, spiritually, physically, didn't fight.
No, I think a lot of it is because
Giving up is one thing, because that's why I'm here, because I didn't give up, but not fighting in that moment for a span of time. So that's what I'm talking about, because I always got out of it. That's how I got to this point.
My problems was discipline. I guess we could do another episode on that. But that was no. And I think a reason why I was sitting here thinking about every situation that I've ever been in. And only one time I could think about it is maybe when I wanted to join the basketball team. And I thought, was it because I was scared? And I'm like, nah, man, because I wasn't half a good rapper. And you know what I mean? But I believed I was a great fucking rapper. And I got in ciphers with people that was 3 times better than me, and I did what I did. And I remember being in a cipher, and after I was in that cipher, they thought, know me, and the next day, people was calling me like, yo, boy, everybody's talking about you. And I was like, word? But so, nah, I think because I ain't gonna lie, I think coming from Trinidad to here, and just being different, and feeling different, you know what I mean, and not having the things that other people have, it always made me fight. I always had to be strong. Being an older brother, always had to be strong. I always had to be mentally strong. Growing up in the time I was growing up, I had to be mentally strong. I had to be spiritually strong. I ain't even really start crying until now. Now I can't stop crying because I held so much shit in. What affected me in my life, what made me strong, was being 6 years old, living in one place, see me and my father, and then gone. That shit fucked me up. But I think it made me mentally strong.
What done break a nigga, make a nigga. And what done kills you, makes you stronger. Still, sharpen still. All these proverbs mean all the exact same thing. You know what's the fly thing? You know what's one of the flyest quotes I heard from Diddy and this in the movie? He said, Diddy said, I'm a fucking animal. I'm a beast, nigga. You put me in a motherfucking jungle with a bear. I'm coming with a fucking mink. That's a mentality.
That's how you're supposed to think.
That's a mentality right there. You put me in the jungle, I'm coming out with a mink, nigga. I'm getting out of that shit somehow, nigga. I'm gonna come out of that shit on top.
And that's what I learned about myself through life. I learned that in any situation.
Jay-Z also said Proverbs. He said, nigga, if you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear. Let me say that about it. And I understand what they mean by that.
Because
yo, nigga, I'm going all out.
That shit is, I will feel, I'm not down until I want to die. Mm-hmm. So I feel that is you in a fucking room with a bear, room with anything, I'm getting out of every situation because it's not meant to be that way. And I always fucking felt like that through my whole fucking life. That I'm going to be great. That's what got me. And it's never stopped.
That's what that never wavered. That's one thing that's what I could honestly say. That's what got me through. That's never wavered for me. I always felt like I was gonna be. I told mommy when I was 11 years old that I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna get a big house. Like I never stopped thinking grandiose or a bigger picture for myself.
My problem was this.
Like, cause like I said, go back to being a superhero fan.
Yeah.
I want to be a superhero in real life.
Me too.
And being a wrestler, basketball player, rapper, actor, this and something like that is like being in control of your life, financially free, helping your family, helping them do it. That's being a superhero to me. Control of your mind, control your situations. That's being a superhero. That's the only power, tangible powers that I can honestly say that I got. When I go in a room with multiple people, I know 9 out of 10 times I'm more equipped mentally than the majority of the people. How do I know that? Because I do see it do it every day for years now. A lot of people just not on the ball. That's a fucking. I'm reading body language. I'm really listening to tone. I'm listening to what you're saying. I can pick up who you are basically in 5 minutes for the average person. And I test myself. I'm not a cocky nigga. I like, yo, just try to see. Test myself. Like, he gave me the jewel. Like, so I get you from everybody. Like, he's carrying on me. He said, when you learn these things, it's cool to learn it, but you gotta be a scientist. You've heard remember you told me that. You gotta be a scientist and you gotta run experiments.
You gotta run experiments.
You gotta do experiments in real life. And this is back when I was younger.
I run experiments all day.
I said, you know something? And I started running experiments, see if this shit's true. That's when we get onto all this shit. I said, all this shit is real. Every book I read, everything I listen to, that I try, like, that is some shit I try out. Not every book, but a lot of things I've related to, that's some real shit. Like, I'm like, damn. So that right there, that's when the beliefs start. That, let me to that, let me to that, let me to that. But you gotta experiment. Now you gotta experiment these shits that you learn. You gotta experiment.
The only way to know, is, you know what I'm saying? The only way to have an understanding is to acquire the knowledge, apply the knowledge to acquire the wisdom, and then you have understanding, or overstanding that it really works. See, that's the only way. 1, 2, 3.
Why should people keep fighting?
Because it's the only way to have, it's the only way to keep, it's the only way to grow physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's the only way to grow. The only way to grow is adversity. That's because we came from a low frequency, we dropped from a high frequency to a low frequency. So the only way to get back to high frequency is through adversity. Adversity builds character. You know how they say that? Adversity builds character? Well, I mean, that's the spirit. It's building the spirit. It's either through pestle gonna bust pipes or gonna form a diamond. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other, it's just an experience. But you want to be conscious of the experience so you can get the best results out of the life that you're living right now at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? At this moment in time, if you fight, you have the ability to have the life that you want. And if you think, and the other thing I think people don't understand too, if you think bigger than yourself and understand that life is bigger than you, that the fight not only is to better yourself, but it's to better the world because of the energy that you're going to be emitting out while you're fighting. It's a high vibration frequency energy. So now you're helping the world. So think about the kids around the world that you could never physically touch to help. That this conversation, because we're not here talking about drilling, killing, murdering. We're here trying to bring light, you know, the best way we can. And that right now, this vibration, this frequency that we're on, is helping the world. And this is the reason why they control us so much, because if you vibrate, if more people are having conversations of this nature, I don't give a fuck whether or not you even helping or doing anything. Just the talk, the conversation.
Do you know how you save the fucking world? Everybody's always relying for one man, the Neo. And that's how they confuse you. Everybody's Neo.
Everybody's Neo.
Your part.
Starts with the
big,
man in the mirror.
Small, short, tall.
The man in the mirror.
Do your part. It can be reaching out to 20 people, and you have somebody else reaching out to 20 million. But guess what? Y'all all talking the same frequency, and it's all adding back to the source.
You're changing the algorithm. You're changing the algorithm. You don't. You see, the problem is that I realized when I realized the greatest trick was this. The greatest trick is getting you so upset with all the people that we looked up to as black people with money who don't do nothing to help. That's the greatest trick. Because when you get so upset and so angry, what you're doing, you're vibrating on a low frequency. They want that. If you say, you know what, more power to them. I'm glad they got all that money. I don't care less what you do with your money. You do what you feel that you should do with your money. It's your money. If that's your approach, I can't wait till I get mine. Yep. If that's your approach, that energy that you emit out your body helps the world better than you being mad that he's not helping.
It's more magnetized positively.
Yeah,
because you're gonna attract something. You tracking them regardless. Yeah, fuck that nigga. And I hate that nigga.
Yeah, you're attracting to yourself, and you're getting more.
You getting what you putting out.
And the thing is, I keep saying this, and it's hard for. Fuck if you care about yourself. If you got kids, if you love children, if you love people, fuck you. But what? Because you're attracting that to you. But what you're giving back out to the world is unfair to the world. It's not about you.
You're not building, you're destroying, man.
Right, because you're not giving off the right energy for the world to see God, which is one mind, one consciousness, working in one unison for the same goal. See, if we could just let go, you know what I mean? Forget you, bro. Forget how you feel about any situation. Think about the energy you're giving off when you're feeling that situation. That's more important. But anyway, yeah.
And why should people keep fighting to something that's before you wrap this shit up? Why should people keep fighting? Because, like you said, you came in this world fighting. Your mom came in the world fighting to bring you out. You came in the world fighting to come in. You came in screaming, kicking, screaming. every situation, everybody's life is differently, but you can think of a time where you have to fight for
one
something.
time somebody had
You have
to
to fight for every position you in now. If you fucked up, you have to fight for the position you was in.
Even
now.
the wicked had to fight to be wicked.
Yo, but to sum it up, why you have to keep fighting is this. It's because you're in a fight regardless. And in any fight, there's a winner and there's a loser. And you could never win if you don't throw a fucking swing. That's guaranteed. The fight is on. The fight is on, baby. And if you don't throw a swing, it's a guarantee you're never going to win. I never see somebody win a fight without throwing a swing, and the fight is on. So why you have to keep fighting? Because fighting means movement. And movement means life. Stagnation, death, growth is life. And who gives a fuck, man? Failing means you're trying. Failing means you're going forward. Because if you're not failing,
just enjoy
you're
the
not
process
doing.
of life. Just enjoy the process of life.
Get purpose through the pain.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process. The process is the achievement. The process, and also too, y'all got a lot of hubris, because the crazy part is this: the process you're going on to whatever goal you're looking towards is literally setting you up. All the problems you're going through, all the setbacks, all the shit is literally setting you up for your fucking thing. So it's literally setting up for what you want. So when you get to that point, you're strong enough, you're capable enough, you know enough lessons, you're knowledgeable enough to actually do the role that you've been wanting to do. You actually can do that role properly. You don't miss out your own opportunity, because if it comes too fast. What happens if you're in 6th grade and they think, oh, this is a wise kid, let's move you up to 9th. Then you start fucking up in school because you wasn't ready. Maybe they should move you up to 7th, but never 9th. So you don't want to get to that point and you're not ready yet. Enjoy the process, because that's what the process is meant to do. Make you ready for what you want. The goal, the vision that you have in life, the vision that you keep seeing over and over in your head, whatever it may be, is the preview of what's to come. To quote Steve Harvey, you never fuck Harvey, it's true. But any last words on this? On the fight part of life? Keep fighting, that's my last words. It makes no sense giving up. Yo, man. Episode 26. In life, do you flight, freeze, or fight? You know what I mean? Hope some shit from the fashion, we give you some jewels. So the clips we played from Billy Carson, Forbidden Knowledge, 4K TV. Hope. And you know what we're really about to do. We go to SoundCloud with it. You know what we're about to do, go to SoundCloud with it. Because if y'all niggas didn't know, we do music with it. We do music. And we really fucking good at what we do. Go check out the SoundCloud. If not, 2 coming soon. Now, when you got some joints on there, bitch, I'm rocking motherfucking play right now. Going up right now as we speak. Poppy motherfucking Chulo. With me, Vendetta, with my other big brother. Juss on the hook. Juss Da God on the motherfucking beats. We're coming for y'all motherfuckers. Y'all don't believe? We're gonna make y'all believe. We make the best music. Let's do an underground verses. Let's battle. I challenge any one of y'all underground rap niggas. Or even fucking industry rap niggas. Let's do a verses, nigga. Come on, this is Poppy Chulo. West Hunt LG. West Hunt on the track. My bro Vendetta on the track. Juss Da God on the hook. Juss Da God on the beat. You know how you do it.
She call me Papi Chulo, like the way she shake her culo. Chica te ve, mañana split tomorrow. Te amo mi amor, I love her cause she yolo. She know me the losa, hold me down, me get the dinero. Comida baby, eat, baby, dame un beso. She tell me all the time, I'm all loco. I tell you that she fire, that girl a fuego. Bonita fit and blow hot, but take her off the macho.
28 waist, 40-inch ass, grill piece 10, pretty and pink, kinky as fuck. Told her she should do her OnlyFans in the span of 2 days I hit. Love when she spit on my dick, make most niggas nut quick. Her figure keep me brick, her skin smooth and soft. When she knew she sport, just her high heels, the ideal. Meal for warm, catwalk, model type. Shorty swallow, I pipe rough, my motto. I must destroy the coochie when I fuck, I go ham. Her name is Dalila, her old man takes a shot at me, even though you know I'm a cheater. Old man, a nice handful of ass when I palm it. I prefer every office, but till she forfeit on my own debt, I get off, I lose it in her warm room. The sister be hearing her, figuring herself in the next room. Make a nigga wanna jump the broom, more than for her balloons. She got a tattoo on her ass saying big feet loose.
She call me Papi Chulo, like the way she shake her culo. Chica te ve, mañana split tomorrow. Te te amo mi amor. I love her cause she thorough. She knows me thorough, hold me down, me get the narrow. Comida, baby, eat, baby, dame un beso. She tell me all the time, I'm a loco. I tell you that she fire. That girl a fuego. Bonita fit and roja, pues tengo a
I nigga going all night like I sniffed a line of coca. Yeah, I hit a home run. Now she call me Sammy Sosa, moving like a b-boy. But she say I'm not a poser. Yeah, nigga, game day. So you know I'm playing close. And I ain't talking Comedy Central when I say yeah, nigga, roasting diamond. That's a million more. I pull up that very good. I try kilo, one nigga kilo. Guess that trap, get my quantity. Hey, mommy got me straight feeding pussy crap. I need more, yeah. Mommy call me Rumble, let me bubbling like a soda. She call me a superstar. I said now I'm a supernova. She know that I'm a wolf on my dog. Packing a bone, a rapper in the owner. The pack of maggots is open. Oh, Lord, a nigga swaggin'. Mommy wanna kick a show, enough rag dragging. Hit her so good, she ran till her friends bragging. She called me Papi Chulo, and I just started laughing. It's time.
She call me Papi Chulo, like the way she shake her culo. Chica te mañana sleep tomorrow. Te amo mi amor, I love her cause she thorough. She knows me thorough, hold me down, me get the narrow. Comida, baby, eat, baby, dame un beso. She tell me all the time, I'm a loco. I tell you that she fire. That girl a fuego. Bonita fit and roja, pues tengo a tus zapatos.
Making beats too now. Oh, what else we gonna do next? What we gonna do next? I think you know, Mo was already doing it. You know that, right? To live it. You got some of the shit popping off. They're doing it. Whoa. That's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go out with my man.
My last word would be, don't base your success on money. Base your success and by doing something that you always wanted to do, and now you got and you're doing it, and you live and doing it. So that means sometimes the things that you love doing may not pay, but it'll make you spiritually happy. So find some way to finance the things that you do that you love doing, and do it. And don't base your happiness on a final product or financial profit, because that shit is an illusion. And then through doing that, to find who you are, love who you are, attack, fight, don't run and embrace the darkness, because the darkness is always going to be light. You came from out darkness, out your mother's womb, it was dark, and then you came into light. So you know there's always through darkness, there's always going to be light. Through the storm, there's always going to be sunshine. So embrace the storm, embrace the rain, put on a raincoat.
Last words is, fuck flying. Fuck freezing, you fight, and if you're gonna die, die hard. Keep me under grace, not under law. Never under law. A nigga thoughts is weak. Our positive thoughts is motherfucking strong. And we're gonna go out, like I said, people that influence us, I get against on my mind of something I'm gonna play. These are the things I try to listen to every day. Every day, I listen to a lot of things to learn, to motivate me, people that know better than me. And this is Andrew Tate, made a song Top G, go check that out, also on Wolf United 2. Top G's, but listen to my man Andrew Tate, bring y'all out of here on a high frequency motherfucking note, because this is what this is, high frequency convo, and that's what the fuck we do.
If you look at anything that builds a man into a man, there's a degree of suffering. So many men say, I want to be the man, but they don't want to suffer, they don't want to fight, and I don't understand why, because even if you look at a superhero movie, they tell you, even in superhero movies, they make it very clear, Batman's parents died, that's why he's Batman. It's very hard to become a man and have a man who's respected and has stories and is capable when he only had a nice life and nice experiences. It's usually the things that made you the best version of you are usually the worst things that happen.
Struggle.
All the bad things have to happen. There's no way to get there without the bad things. Where do you find the strength when you're in these difficult situations? I always find the strength from my last name. I'm Andrew Tate. So I just have to do. I'm in a Romanian jail cell. I wake up, there's cockroaches in my bed. They're all over my face. What am I going to cry? Am I going to go and sign a piece of paper and say I'm guilty? I'm going to sell my brother out? No. I'm going to kick the cockroaches off my mouth. I'm going to do some push-ups because I'm Andrew Tate. When shit really gets hard, honor and courage and bravery and your last name is all you've ever had. Especially with men, none of them are bestowed with the things that the masculine essence needs to be a good man. You need pride, you need honor.